Welcome back to video number 2. Well, it looks like Harry is turning into quite the stalker. Oh my goodness, let's jump in and cover it. Let's go. Before we jump into our main story, I want to talk about a blind item that came out. They're talking about Hugh Grosvenor, the Duke of Westminster, whose wedding Harry didn't go to. The blind is suggesting that he's been invited to go spend a few days at his friend's home, and Meghan's basically told him, if you go, our marriage is over. That wouldn't surprise me. All right, let's jump into our main story. I wouldn't have believed it. I mean, I know Harry's stupid, but really, William is going to be in New York during a specific week. So Harry decides that he's going to be in New York City for Climate Week. That is the annual environmental event series that coincides with United Nations General Assembly. I think that he's doing this because he's trying to force William to see him. Now, during this trip, he's also going to be attending events for patronages, including 2 that are connected with Diana. We all know about this. He's going to be stopping in for the Halo Trust, the Diana Award, Travelist, and African Parks. This is going to be really interesting. It goes from Sunday, September 22nd to Sunday, September 29th. So let's start with the Halo Trust. In 2015, they were accused of mismanaging funds. Remember, the Halo Trust was the thing that it was one of Diana's things where she walked the minefield. And then, of course, Harry made it into his thing. 22 years later, he went to Angola because he wanted to walk the same minefield that his mother did. That's him sitting in front of a tree named after his mother at the exact spot where she walked. Okay? So, of course, remember, Diana was my mother. Diana was my mother. So this was one of the things that he picked up. Now, this is where it gets really super interesting. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh. This is just so unbelievable. So a video came out that clearly showed Harry walking down the same path that supposedly Diana had walked. He's in a dangerous minefield. See, he's wearing the blast vest and the helmet just like Diana did, and they're trying to show a comparison. You see that? But Harry's team made a mistake. So here's a still from that video of Harry walking. Do you see the tree right in the middle with the bent trunk? Well, there it is as they're setting up. This is the same field. Nobody's wearing a helmet. Nobody's wearing a blast shield. And they're simply setting up the fake minefield for Harry to walk through. It was fake. The next charity that he's going to be touching on is Travelist. Remember, he's very interested in climate change. Now, remember, Travelist is not a patronage. Travelist is his company. This is what he said to Travelist when somebody asked him about the private jet usage because he and his wife had taken 4 private jets in 11 days.
I came here by commercial. I spend 99% of my life traveling the world by commercial. Occasionally there needs to be an opportunity based on a unique circumstance to ensure that my family are safe, and it's generally as simple as that.
Well, the private jet usage got worse and worse. 21 private jets in 2 years by 2021, and the number has only increased. Here's a picture of Meghan hugging somebody after they came back from New York. Here they are leaving the Platinum Jubilee by private jet. Here they are arriving in Canada for an Invictus game during the private jet. These people are not about climate change. They use private jets like Ubers. And how about when they were in New York and they used 5 huge gas-guzzling SUVs just to go 1 block from one garage to another? Give me a break. Now, the next reason he said he was coming in was for the Diana Awards, and they put a notice up saying that they're going to be doing an event with Prince Harry while Prince Harry is in New York. Of course, Harry's going to try to take over the Diana Awards. Remember, he's his mother's son. He likes to pretend that William doesn't exist. For the rest of us, we remember what happened last year. Literally, right as William was walking up to the podium to give an emotional speech, Meghan decided to launch ARO, which not only overshadowed William, but also overshadowed Harry. And then the next day, they decided to announce their Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award. That timing was done intentionally. All right, quick reminder, the other thing he's stopping for is African parks. Now, let's not forget that African parks, there was a lot of allegations of abuse by the guards against the people called the Baka. Harry was the president of African parks for 6 years, and then he was pushed up to the governing board. So, of course, when this all came to light, that it went public, the board launched an investigation and they put all the blame on Survival International. They claimed that they were not cooperating with the investigation. So Harry knew about it, he didn't speak about it, and instead he elevated himself to a board member. So Survival International basically then came out and put out a statement saying that the buck stops with the board and they are responsible for the overall governance of the organization, not us. Now, that took place in January, then in March, new allegations. We are now in August, we're going into September, and Harry has not spoken out or said one word about the African Park scandal, which is why everybody is wondering now, since he's going to go see African parks, is he going to address what's happening to the Baka? Because so far, it's been nothing but crickets. And there have been calls for him to step down. We know that William, or supposedly William, is going to be in town that same week for the Earth Prize Innovation Summit held at the Plaza Hotel on September 24th. Now, they're not saying for sure that William's going to be there, but I mean, he was there last year. It seems to me that Harry is now stalking William. I think it's going to be very interesting to see the treatment that Harry gets in the street compared to the treatment that William gets. Like, I'm not kidding. When William was there, they were standing 5, 6, 7 people deep up and down the road, trying so hard to get a picture with William, waving at William. When Harry's out in public, and I'm not talking about the Sussex squad standing around going, "Oh, Harry, oh, we just left." That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people. I think if Harry goes anywhere near William, I think Harry would be booed. I mean, I gotta be honest. So, of course, in the articles, they're trying to say that there could be a glimmer of hope of a reunion because, you know, they're both going to be in the same town. Absolutely not. I think William is going to avoid Harry like the plague. But I gotta be honest, the fact that Harry is going at the same time, it literally looks now like Harry is stalking William because William will not engage with him. William will not speak to him. William will have nothing to do with him, as he shouldn't, especially after the horrible things he said about Catherine and, you know, the way he said horrible things about the way they were raising their children. I mean, it's over for them. So all these people talking about, we're hoping for reconciliation, there's going to be an olive branch. There is no olive branch. There is no reconciliation. And I can assure you that these two brothers will never meet again. I would not be surprised at all when William takes over as king if he removes the prince title from Harry and from the children and moves on with his life, because that's pretty much what he's done now. All right, I was notified on Wednesday all day that nobody got notifications from YouTube and that they've reached out and YouTube says everything is good on their side. So as I've told you, you can hit the like and the subscribe button and the bell. I hate to say it's a waste of your time, but it's a waste of your time. YouTube is not sending out notifications, and apparently the like button is off again. You can write to YouTube, but yeah. All right, you know what to do. Go down into the description box and find the link to video number 3 and follow me over. Let's go.